None other than Michele Gordon. Man, let me tell you, you'll hear. She does everything and she's a powerhouse, and I just adore her. And she does it with excellence.
Yes.
Yes, she does. Man, we might even get into that retirement party that she threw for her husband, which was over the top. Loved it, loved it, loved it. All right. Well, parties. I should add that. I think it was like three. A 3-day event and affair. So it's going to be fun. I just need you to talk directly in the microphone
Okay.
and then we're good
Okay.
to go. Mark, whenever you're ready, we will do that.
You are now tuned in to Today with Pastor Jay on WNZF News Radio, where we discuss inspiring and informative news. And now here's your host, Pastor Jerlyn Denny.
Good morning, good morning. Wake up and good morning. It's a beautiful and wonderful day. Nice, brisk fall morning. And I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed. And I'm excited to have my highly esteemed guest who's never been on my show, who I have been admiring for quite a while. I've got like a little crush on you. I do. And that would be Michele Gordon. It's a good kind of crush, you know? Yeah, I love beautiful, powerful, godly Black women. I do. You know,
Thank you.
just very uplifting, and you're so inspiring. And I want to thank you for being on my show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
So, how long have you been in Flagler County? Let's start with that.
28 years.
Wow,
Yes,
really?
28 years.
And you moved here from
I moved here from New York,
what part?
Brooklyn,
Oh!
Canarsie.
Brooklyn's in the house. Woo,
Yes,
woo.
ma'am.
Yes.
So yeah, I moved here from Brooklyn, New York, and we've been here 28 years. I got here when my daughter was 3 months old. Now she's 28. There it is. Right.
Wow,
So
that's
yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
we've seen all the transformations.
So you have one child?
I have one daughter.
One.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
even know what that's like.
I know.
Yeah.
I have one, but she's like
Mm-hmm.
your seven,
Uh-huh.
is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have one, but she's a handful.
she's a handful.
She's a handful.
Now, I recall that I believe your husband was still working in New York
He
and you were
was.
here. How's that long distance relationship thing work out? And that was a long distance
It
relationship.
was.
Right?
It was. But I'm reminded that if you don't have a plan, then it's not worth it.
Right.
So we had this plan and we kind of stuck to it.
Okay.
And the plan was my husband actually, we all moved here. My husband and I and my daughter, we moved here. And then we quickly realized that just from an economic standpoint, it wasn't going to work. So my husband went back to New York and I stayed with the baby. And I worked in nursing for a while and decided that I was going to do that. But with a young child, it was kind of hard. So I decided that I was going to go back to school and do something different. So I've always loved teaching. So I decided I was going to go back. I got a degree in early ed. And kind of the rest is history. I've been working in early ed now for 26 years. And it's been awesome. We have some we have amazing students, wonderful families that we've been able to work with in 26 years, and it's been really great.
Have you seen a lot of the transitions throughout these 26 years in parenting styles and how it affects the students that you're having now?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I don't know how you do it. I've been trying to snatch up one of those kids. I say that. No, but I'm like, ooh, you may have just to lay some hands on some of these children because I
Yeah.
was watching a video yesterday. I don't remember what celebrity it was because I was just going through the news. And this one little kid, he's the son of, I want to say Kanye's son. I don't know. I don't really
Wow.
follow it.
Okay.
But he flipped the bird at one of the reporters or something. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
Well, we have been blessed to have some really great families. I mean, our children, I can say, are exceptions to the rules because I think the window of opportunity is like 0 to 5. And because we work in early ed, we grab that opportunity. So when our infants come in, we are there basically 12 hours a day. and we're molding and shaping these children
Mm.
from 0 to 5. So the exception is quality childcare makes a difference.
It absolutely
Quality
makes a difference.
childcare makes a difference. And I know that quality childcare is a little bit more so, but it does make a difference. And our kids, like kids we have now, the minute they step into uh, kindergarten, they master it. I mean, we have our 4-year-olds now who are actually reading at a level 1 already. And
Wow.
most of our kids, almost all of our children, uh, go into the Dreams program at Wadsworth, which they no longer have. They just have an academically accelerated program now.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when the program first started, we had 3 kids that actually tested for it, and all 3 of them got in. And they were like, "Where did these kids come from?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That quality education right there.
quality child, so, and it's been our trend ever since to really work hard with our kids and to get them into the Dreams program at Wadsworth. And now that they no longer have the program, they have the accelerated program.
Mm-hmm.
That means that we just have to work a little bit
Just a
harder,
little bit
a
harder.
little bit harder.
Well, you're starting when they're infants, and a lot of places don't take
Yes,
infants.
yes, yes,
I
and
mean, that's a challenge. Noses and diapers and
yes,
all of
yes,
that. You have to get into potty training
yes, yes, we
and
do.
coordinating with parents and guardians. That's
Hmm.
something else.
But like I said, we're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
We've been lucky. We've been blessed
Mm-hmm.
to truly have those parents who understand what quality means and they make that investment. And like I said, once the kids start their school careers, they just master it. Like right now, we're looking at high school students who have called me to say, "Hey, Miss Michelle, uh, can we come back to Eden to help? Can we
Wow.
come back to help you with the tutoring program?" And I said, "No, but you can help me with Bunnell Elementary if you want to." And so we're working with Bunnell Elementary now to get those students in to actually start a tutoring program there. So,
It's wonderful to have
yeah,
a passion like that, especially for students. And I
yeah.
joke about it all the time, but I'm a recovering youth pastor. I'm, s- I'm a recovering youth pastor who's still in recovery because it's an anointing when you're working with children,
Yeah,
when God truly gifts you to do that.
yeah.
And I joke about them all the time. And I'm like, oh, I'm not dealing with those nappy heads, naughty nosed kids. And then I see them like, oh, look at them. They're just so cute and precious. Look
Yeah,
how God just bless.
yeah,
You know, that's a gift. It
yeah,
really is a
yeah,
gift. So
yeah.
I laugh about it. I joke about it. And I used to always be thrown with these children. And I've actually worked in a daycare. When my children, they had a nanny. And then when the my younger ones were old, I said, let me put them in childcare. Did I follow them to childcare and worked at the childcare?
Oh no.
I was like, yeah, this not working. I gotta get out of here. So thank you so much for what you do
Yeah.
and shaping the hearts and the minds
Yes.
of today's
Yes.
youth. So you're involved in a lot of things,
A lot.
other than just the childcare. Which what's the name of it?
It's Eden Family Childcare Services.
Eden Family Childcare Services.
Yeah.
We also have you're in my mind just went blank, Mark. Pause just a moment. I'm you know what? I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I am not having memory lapses at all for those of you who are watching me live. It is not happening. You don't do catering. You do something else.
I do events.
That's it. All right.
I
We
do
ready?
events. I
Okay,
do
you ready, Mark? You ready?
fabulous over the
Okay.
top parties.
Okay. So not only are you have the childcare, you also are an event coordinator, right?
Yes.
And you
yes,
do these over the top
yes,
events. I've
yes,
seen you at the hospital.
yes,
Doing stuff for the hospital. You do
yes,
private events, private
yes,
parties. But
yes,
girl, I gotta say it right now. Your husband retired.
yes.
And you did it probably was a week long. I know of 3 day. It was a 3 day party event that you did for your husband.
Yeah.
You did a breakfast something, a lunch
Yeah.
something, I think, and
Yeah.
a dinner something. And they
Yeah.
were all over the top. And did you have people throwing like fire in the air or something?
Yes. Yeah. Well, as an event planner, here's the thing. You always want to get that client who
Uh-huh.
has that budget
Right.
that can make you do that thing that you want to do.
Okay.
And so it's rare that you find that. So I figured event planning, that's what I do. Why not
And
plan
you're that
my
client.
I'm that client, I'm my own client, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did I want to do? My husband was retiring after 33 years at New York City Transit Authority. And I just wanted to throw him an over the top fabulous party. And I did. It was a 4-day party.
Mm,
And
mm,
we
mm.
we just had a good old time
And each
and
day was a different venue, a
different
different
theme. Yeah.
theme, and different
Yeah.
everything.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And it's still being actually talked about. So
Oh,
yeah.
I have the videos.
Oh, you
I
do.
still have the videos. I mean, I have the videos, I have pictures, I have all kinds of stuff. But I say, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
she did it.
Yeah.
She did it up. Well, not only that, you do tremendous amount of work in serving the community. And
Yeah.
we're going to talk about that when we come back from the break. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch the dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. I'm just over here.
Oh God. So of course,
But am I
even when
making
I
it easy for you, though?
yeah,
'Cause that's
and when
good.
I watch you live, I laugh because I'm like, she's saying that on the air. Like when I watched you when you were
I know sometimes I'm like,
ups- when
what?
you were really upset about Benell Elementary,
Oh,
I was like, okay, so she's using words on the air. Can we like filter that out? Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this is good stuff. It was
I,
like real.
it
And Mark
happened.
Green was here and
Oh, yeah. Mark was, oh, yeah. Mark was a little,
yeah.
yeah. I was like, okay, now, Mark. I was trying, I mean, I gave the facts, but the words
Yeah.
I used
Yeah.
were chosen.
Yeah.
But Mark was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But, we'll talk about that later. But,
Yeah.
don't get me started because I'll
Yeah.
start crying
I know.
because
And that
it
was one of
touched me.
yeah.
That what happened at Bunnell Elementary School,
Mm-hmm.
I was affected by that because it triggered something in me when I was their age, a teacher
Yeah.
telling me, and then what my children had to endure
Yeah.
with the
We talked
name
about your
calling.
son
Yeah, and
with
what
the
happened with my
interviews.
son, and
Yeah.
then my granddaughter. So yeah, it was a trigger. But praise be to God, I'm doing something about that.
Yeah.
But God is good. All right, so we're gonna go back in and we're gonna talk about. We'll start out with the breast cancer thing because I went to an
Okay.
event you had in honor of
Um
your mom, right?
yes, yes, yes.
What is going on here? I'm dinging and stuff. Hold on, Mark. It's my fault. Oh, you had an event in honor of your mom a few years ago.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I
all right.
did.
So we'll start
Jump
there,
right in. Okay.
and
Okay.
then we'll go from there. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. My highly esteemed guest is none other than Michele Gordon. She wears probably more hats than me as I'm starting to think about it. I don't feel so bad. When you're doing multiple things, it's really a gift from God.
Yeah.
God has given you another gift. That's the way I always look at it.
Yeah.
But sometimes people will come up and go, "You're doing too much. Why are you doing too much?" They never tell men that. Michelle, have you know? They never tell men
No.
any of those things. But women, men can be CEOs of 5 or 10 different companies and have different streams of income,
Yeah.
and they're high fiving them, saying you're doing it well. And they look at women, they go, "You just
Yeah.
doing a little bit
You're
too
a little
much.
tired.
You
You
should
look
rest.
tired.
You look, you should rest." So you know
You're
what I tell them?
tired.
I'll rest when I'm dead. That's my response now. I'll rest when I'm dead. But so you do a tremendous amount of community work, and I
Yes.
recall attending a gala, something you had
Mhm.
about breast cancer
Yes.
in honor of a relative of yours. Tell
Yeah.
us about that.
Okay. So my mom had breast cancer and had breast cancer for a while and didn't know.
Mm.
And for some reason, we do not embrace the fact of going to the doctor and
Mm-hmm.
getting a mammogram. And so for years, women of color just don't do that.
Mm.
And my mom eventually had to have surgery. And after she had surgery, a couple of years went by. My sister had surgery. And then my other sister
Oh,
had to
wow.
have surgery. Myself, I had to have a biopsy done on my breast. So breast cancer has been in my family, and it just actually is a part of us, basically. And when I say a part of us, meaning that once you are aware, like when you go to the doctor, you check that little box,
Right.
your history. You're not just checking the box to say, eh, maybe. No, it's real, and that you must go. Every woman should go once a year to get a mammogram. Early detection saves lives.
It really and
Period.
truly does. Black women are about 40% more likely to die of breast cancer than white women. And why do you think black women just don't go to get checked? You know what I think? And this is just my thought, and you can tell me what yours. I think they think it's a white woman disease. I've had black women tell me that oh, it doesn't affect black women.
Right.
That's a white woman thing.
I think it's time. I think it's economics.
Mm.
Not having proper insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have to pay to get this done, why?
Why?
Going to the GYN, another thing.
That's
We
another
only
one.
go when we are
When we're pregnant. Yep,
you
that's
know,
true.
because why spend the money if I have to reallocate it for something else? Most black women shy away from it because economics. And I think that's what makes the difference. Yeah.
Here's another statistics that say black women are likely to be diagnosed with breast cancer at a younger age, at later stages with more aggressive types of breast cancer than white women. I know early detection saved my aunt's life.
Yeah.
It really, truly saved her life because she had a mammogram. Everything was good. She felt something and she, went and had a mammogram. Had it not, I mean, in between the two mammograms,
Yeah.
something happened to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, just that quick.
Yeah.
And she had, I believe, it's triple negative breast cancer, which
Wow.
is very, very, extremely aggressive.
Yeah.
And it saved her life just
Yeah.
because but of course she's a nurse, but still,
So you would think
mhm.
that she's
Yeah.
in that environment.
Right.
So
But
sees-
but at least she did it.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for it. So I just want to encourage everyone to do that. But you've taken it to a whole new level.
Taken it to a whole new level.
And let's talk about your new level because
Yes.
I love how you're over the top.
Okay. So after my mom passed, and of course my sister had was diagnosed, had her breast removed, and just so many things were happening. I wanted to do something that would honor my mom and keep her memory alive. And I came up with one day I was in the gym and I was just happy to be with somebody who was working out, and she said she volunteered for the Judith Mecco Center. And she says, I had a mastectomy. And I said, you don't look like you did. You had one. Anyway, she introduced me to the Mecco Center, and I just picked up the phone one day and called. And it was, hi, my name is Michele Gordon. I'm an event planner in Palm Coast, and I would like to do an event. And all the proceeds from this event would go to the Mecco Center. Well, of course, they thought I was crazy. Like, who is this?
I've done that before.
Michele, who?
I've made calls like that and they go, what?
Yeah. And so I remember talking to the hospital. I mean, I had to go through a little bit of hoops, but talking to the hospital, and did the first event and raised about $3,000. Following year, did the second event and raised a little bit more money. And into our fifth year, I think they said, okay, so she's not going anywhere. This is
She's actually
for
doing
real.
this.
Yeah, for real. And what we would do is once we paid all our bills, whatever was left over went to the hospital. Now, what I love about the Mecco Center is that
I was about to ask, why did you choose them?
The Mecco Center gives back directly. It's not, it's hands-on, it's tangible. You can walk in, you know where they are.
And
the
you can see where your dollars are
you're
going.
seeing where your dollars are going. The most interesting thing is when I met with John Subers, he said that our group or Divine Events basically was the only outside entity of the Mecco family that did anything for the Meccos.
Wow.
And so that was like truly rewarding to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kept going. And now, of course, we were actually in our fifth year and then COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
But right at that fifth year, we were about $14,000 in that we had raised
Mm-hmm.
for the Mecco Center. And each year, it just got bigger and bigger,
Very
just
nice.
in terms of people
Mm-hmm.
wanting to gravitate towards us. Another thing is
Mm-hmm.
under the umbrella of Divine Events and doing the actual event, I would look for women in the community that were doing like exceptional things, and we would give them a Gloria Samuels Tobin award.
Mm-hmm.
And we started off with a pastor
Very
over
nice.
in Palatka, and
I
it was
love Palaka.
I know.
It's one of my.
And it was amazing. And one of my dear friends, Tracy Hutchinson, who absolutely fabulous. She actually owns the facility, who helps Black women bring awareness to their health. And we honored her for the work that she's doing in the Black community. And any woman that can get Black women to not eat
Mm-hmm.
chicken
Mm-hmm.
is doing a good thing.
That's
You
a
know
good
that.
thing. That's a good thing. That's good.
That's a good thing.
That's a good
So,
thing.
over the years, we have honored women in the community, and just thanked them for the work that they're doing. And it's been amazing.
No.
So now we've kind of gone to the next level, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are now, I started a group called I Just Want to Say Women's Group, because, women always have something to say.
They do. They do. And we're going to talk about that in just a moment. We
Yes.
got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor Jay. For you to tell me everything you want to say. How much time we have, Mark?
3.
I knew it. All right. So you have a I Just Want to Say Women's Group.
Yes.
And I wanted to talk about how you got all the Black women today to do the 5K this year to do the
That's
5K.
exactly what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what else? Because we got 3 minutes. So you're
Okay.
gonna have to
So-
do that New York talk fast.
Okay.
Thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we're
You
going to
got
talk
it?
about the 5K.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about the fact that we raised $5,000.
Yep, we'll do that.
Okay.
You got 3 minutes to do it.
Okay.
I've got to thank my sponsors when we come back in.
Okay.
Because we got to get the bills paid.
Okay.
and then I'll let you go on to that. You ready? I want to give a thank you and a shout out to Steve Verrier, theFloridaMortgageCenter.com, for sponsoring Today with Pastor Jay and Church in a Rock. Thank you so very much for being my sponsor on this show. All right. I just want to say Women's Group.
Yes. I just want to say women's
You
group.
know we like to talk.
Yes, is a fabulous women group that got incorporated in 2022. We got our 501(c) a year later, and we're doing amazing things. Just to piggyback off of what we do for the Mecco Center,
Nice.
this year we decided that we wanted to do something super special for them. And so we sold miles. We decided that we were going to walk in the 5K, and each member actually sold their miles. We ended up raising $5,000.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So we raised $5,000. It's all going towards the Mecco Center. The Mecco Center is beyond amazing. It helps. It's hands-on. It not only serves women, but it also serves men. And they have a wide selection of all the items you need. So if you need a mammogram, they'll help after your surgery, during your surgery. Everything you need, the Mecco Center has.
Wow.
Yes. So I just want to say women's group is fabulous.
Okay.
Who are we? We are just a group of Christian women who came together to empower. Yeah, if you can see my t-shirt.
Empowerment, community, and service.
And to serve.
I
And
like
that's
it.
what we do. Yes.
I like
yes.
it. I like it. Well, thank you so very much for all that you do. I know you've got some stuff coming up for Thanksgiving that
Yes,
you're doing.
yes.
And we'll keep you guys abreast so you can, we got tons of things. I guess probably should run a list of all the Thanksgiving things. But thank you so much for what you're doing and how you're engaging with Bunnell Elementary School as well. Thank you, because
Yes.
that's one of my hearts.
Yes.
So thank you so much for that. All right, guys. You know what I say? Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not promised. What are you going to do today? Today, you're going to do something for someone else, or you're going to call Michele Gordon at
Divine Events.
and get involved. God bless you. Have a great day.